YouTube, what's the righteous word? It's your boy Gangland Neem, aka Neiman, I before the E. Golly, I don't know, y'all. And we back with another video. So Tory Lanez bodyguard or driver, whatever at the time, is coming out and saying that, yo, he saw everything that happened and they suppressed that evidence. They did not want him to testify, and resulting in Tory Lanez being locked up for shooting Meg Thee Stallion. Now, this is what I want to say. Just in my opinion, again, I'm not with no kind of harm on women. You know what I'm saying? Protect black women, protect women in general. You know what I'm saying? But it was always weird to me. Again, I don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? And they're humans just like us. But the way I always looked at that situation was like, why would Tory Lanez shoot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot? A lot of people look at me like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And at the end of the day, you know, the courts have said they found him guilty. So it is what it is. I can't really like refute that or anything, but I'm telling you my opinion. It was always just weird to me. Why would bro just do something like that? They're like, oh, he got a Napoleon complex and this, that, and the other. Yo, he was messing with both of the shorties, and allegedly he was macking on Kylie Jenner. So just a person in that position with his stardom, everything that's going on for him at that time in his career, what would possess him to shoot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot? I don't know. And again, I don't know what happened, but it's just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of contradicting stories. There's witnesses that got flipped. Then come to find out, you know what I'm saying, somebody who was an eyewitness of what happened, they weren't even able to testify in Tory Lanez's defense. All that stuff is just weird to me. So when I hear this, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? If this is your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, please, and thank you. We need that for the algorithm. If you could go to the top of the page, smash that Instagram link, follow me on Instagram, shoot me any content y'all want me to react to there. Also, join up in the Discord. Good people, positive vibes all the time. Smash that TikTok link, follow me over there for any content I post as well. But back to the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion thing. It was just always weird to me. I just didn't understand it. And it was too much trickery and turning witnesses and all this going on. I didn't think that they were actually going to lock this man up. Mind you, he been locked up for like, what, 2 years now? Maybe even longer. I'm not quite sure, but it's like, damn, they just locked him up for this. And it's nothing nobody can really say now because, hey, they said this is what it is. And I don't know, it just never really sat well with me. But we're going to get into this content right here. This is Academics doing what he does best, breaking down paperwork and shit. But like, bro just he breaks down this affidavit where bro was where the bodyguard made a statement saying he saw everything that happened, and he breaks it down in great detail, saying who he saw with the firearm and everything else. But this was just thrown out or not used. It's just weird to me, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into this. Shout out to Academics for doing what he does. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
Tory Lanez, there's some updates on his appeal, right? There's been new information that's been provided via an affidavit. The driver, Jaquan Smith, who was the only sober person that night in the vehicle. Remember, in the vehicle was Kelsey Nicole. We had Meg Thee Stallion and we had Tory Lanez. All were inebriated and drunk from the pool party at Kylie Jenner's house. They hop in the car. The driver is clearly sober. He's also the bodyguard for Tory Lanez. His name is Jaquan Smith. He never took the stand at the initial hearing and an initial trial for Tory Lanez, and obviously Tory Lanez got found guilty. He showed up on one of the last days of trial, and you know they were about to put him on the stand. Instead, it was a bizarre move and a bizarre like incident because the judge says, "Yo, okay, we could put him on the stand, but prosecutor, what do you think?" The prosecutor says, "Well, we were looking for this nigga for dumb long. We couldn't find him. It's ironic he's showing up now. Hey, he could testify, but we want to have a chance to speak with them and prepare, right? Which makes sense. You can't just be like, hey, ha, I'm here. They said, well, if that's the case, we're going to give the prosecutor some time, and this case won't be concluded till like after Thanksgiving, or I forgot what the timeline was. Based on that, right? Based on that, Tory Lanez team said, it's okay. We don't need the driver.
Now, I'm going to be honest. With Tory Lanez team saying we don't need the driver, and he has like such a pivotal perspective on what happened that night, I think that they didn't think he was going to jail in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they believe as well, like they're supposed to prove that he didn't, but I think they truly believe that he wasn't going to jail anyway and that he didn't shoot her. I mean, that's the only thing that I could think of in my head for why they wouldn't have this man hit the stand. It doesn't matter what prosecution needs to do when you know that this man is a eyewitness on the scene who saw exactly what happened, and it's in Tory's favor. They should have been fired right after that. I think they did get fired, but they should have been fired right after that move. That's crazy.
By the way, this is right after the guy, Tom Kelly, who was supposed to be Tory's witness, basically agreed with the prosecutor that they seen the short nigga waving the gun around in the air. So their main witness, right, Tory's main witness, flipped to the prosecutor's side. Jaquan, they kind of needed him, but they said, no, we don't want the case.
And I'm going to be honest, a lot of people are saying that's Rock Nation. I'm just throwing that out there. A lot of people saying bro's witness who got flipped, that was some Rock Nation dealings, because Rock Nation was representing Meg at the time, and you know who they are and what they do. And they put a lot of money into making everything seem like, hey, Tory did this, Tory did this. So I'm hearing that that's how they flipped that witness, because that witness had a whole different testimony and it was in favor of Tory. Then all of a sudden they just switched to the prosecution side. That's weird to me. That's another thing that's like, yo, even in the courts, when you see something like that going on, don't y'all think in y'all head, wait, he just said this. Why would he be just changing his tune at this point? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not in Law and Order and all that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it just seems peculiar to me.
To go beyond this next holiday that's coming up, and by the way, it could be for multiple reasons. Maybe they felt like, hey, if we let the jury go home and sit on this for a week, they might do the Googling, they might start listening to songs. We feel we got him. I don't know why they felt that way, but they were clearly wrong because Tory got found guilty. Now, in the appeal, they're submitting that Jaquan Smith, the driver, is now given a sworn testimony via an affidavit of what he witnessed that night. This is the sworn testimony here. Let's get into it a bit. So, reading it, and let me try to zoom in a little bit. Fuck. All right, do I gotta just... My name is Jaquan Smith. I gotta look a little closer. I am over the age of 18. So he's just... This is an affidavit just swearing to certain what they're gonna...
Act trying to read with beer goggles is crazy. I'm just say, I gotta read a little bit. You gotta lay off that bottle, gang. That's what you gotta do.
Called facts that he could testify to, right? I have firsthand knowledge of the facts in question that took place on July 12, 2020. That is the basis of the above call or above cited proceedings. Okay, so basically saying, I am a direct witness, right? Now, let me see. I got to get a bigger picture of this. Hold on, chat. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Cool. Got it. I was the driver and the bodyguard of Mr. Daystar Peterson, who's better known as Tory Lanez. In July of 2020, Mr. Peterson has been known to me for 7 years. Oh, shit, my bad. 7 years. At the time of the incident, I have worked... Make sure I can say... at the time of the incident, I have worked for Mr. Peterson for 3 years. He was not only been my employer, but I also consider him a close personal friend. On July 12, 2020, I was asked to drive Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where Miss Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris were present. Miss Peterson, or Mr. Peterson, I mean, was at Mrs. Jenner's home for approximately 2 hours when I received a call to come pick up Miss Pete and Miss Harris. Miss Pete, Miss Harris, and myself left Miss Jenner's home, but I was asked by Miss Pete to return because she stated she had forgot her shoes. Now,
now that right there is a whole thing to me. in itself, right? So they left the party, both girls, Meg Thee Stallion and her best friend, they left the party without Tory. Then doubled back for their shoes or for her shoes, whatever. Like, yo, y'all was away from the event. Y'all pull back up. Everybody's intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? These are details that I feel like this was a misstep on the defense part, letting this slide. Like, oh no, we're not gonna do it because we don't want the trial to go to. Like, bro, what are you talking about? You're trying to prevent the man from being locked up. If you have a testimony like this, why don't you use that? That's a misstep. Everybody should be fired.
This is the first time when they left, so Tory wasn't there. Okay? So Tory, he's basically saying, Tory called me to come pick up Miss Pete, which is Meg, and Miss Harris, which is Kelsey Nicole Harris. So he picks up Kelsey and Meg. They leave, but then Meg says, remember, Tory was supposed to come afterwards, but Meg is thinking Tory's trying to stay back to fuck on Kylie, and yo, she's thinking.
And that's where all the problems happened. This is what everything stems from. From everything that we heard, this is what it stems from. He was jiggy with Kylie in the pool, and Meg didn't like that. And, you know, again, I'm not trying to tarnish Meg or anything, but she's got a reputation of getting drunk and wasted. You know what I'm saying? Let's not neglect that fact. Again, we're not trying to tear her down or anything. And at this point, I don't know what anybody could say to me about it because, yo, Tory Lanez is locked up for it. So all this is now is speculation. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's what everything came from. And we know that, you know, from what we hear, reports, this, that, and the other, and it's a lot of them, that she had a drinking problem. You know what I mean? This is all crazy to me. I can't believe bro is locked up right now. And, you know what I'm saying? There's a possibility that he didn't do this. You know what I mean? I don't like to see nobody locked up, especially no black man. I don't like no harm against women or nothing like that either. But it's just like, this is all so murky that we don't really know what's going on. But there's like tangible things in this case where it's like, yo, okay, the witness got flipped. The witness that was on the defense side got flipped last minute. And then they prevent a testimony like this. That's just weird. That's just weird to me. I'm just saying.
Her fucking nigga, you know how bitches are. They're like, yo, I'm about to play a hate you out of getting some new pussy, right? So she tells the nigga, no, drive the car back there. No, I left something there. I got to go back. So I was asked by Miss Pete, Meg, to return because she stated she had forgotten a shoe. When we arrived at Miss Jenner's home at this time, Miss Harris stayed in the car. So that's Kelsey. While Miss Pete, Meg, exited. Miss Pete did not enter the home at this time as she went around the back to the pool area where Mr. Peterson was located. So he's basically almost saying she said she forgot a shoe,
but she went there for him. Premeditated. Whatever was going on, the crash out that was about to happen, she pulled back up to Kylie's because she wasn't pleased with what was going on when her and her friend left. Just showing y'all that.
But she went looking for Tory, right? Because she's cop blocking Tory. Both Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson returned to the car. After a few minutes, Miss Pete was bickering, but I'm unsure exactly what they were saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. As I began to drive, Miss Pete started to fight with Mr. Peterson. They were going back and forth. I remember Mr. Peterson saying to Miss Pete that he was going to tell Miss Harris what's going on. What was going on? Tory's fucking both of them, right? He was basically, he was trying to tell Kelsey, oh, Kelsey, you know your girl fucking me, and she knew me and you was talking before, right? Okay. So I do not remember what street we were on, but Miss Pete asked me to stop the vehicle. I did as she asked, and Miss Pete went to sit at a nearby bus stop. So that's the second time.
Now, remember what I told you about the alcohol? What person in their right mind has a driver, fight or not, right, goes and sits on a bus stop? They probably in the Hollywood Hills somewhere, whatever. I don't even know where you find a bus stop. But what famous person goes and sits at a bus stop? You gonna get wherever you at. Oh, you feel a way about whatever. Okay, cool. We could fight in the car. Scream, whatever. But I'm about to go back home. I'm about to do what I'm doing. But the alcohol plays on your brain. So now you think, forget this. I'm going to catch a bus home. What? I'm just saying, pay attention to the details.
Meg asked for the driver to do something, either go back to Kylie's house. And the second time, she said, let me out of the car. And they stopped the car. She hopped out and went to go sit at a nearby bus stop. Tory went and spoke with Miss Pete. So he basically walked over there, spoke with her. After about 2 minutes, they returned to the car and I began driving again. Miss Pete started the argument again. And Miss Harris asked what was going on. Miss Peterson told her he and Miss Pete, Mr. Peterson told her that he and Miss Pete have been dating and intimate. Kelsey was upset by this, as she and Miss Tory had been dating in the same manner prior to any relationship with Meg. Meg and Kelsey started fighting. Okay, I gotta find the full affidavit here. What the fuck? Oh, sorry, chat. I think I got the hiccups or something. Did I spell his name wrong? It's Jaquan. There's no C, right? Jaquan Smith. Okay. There got to be more pages. Where's the other pages? Where's the other pages? Is it a lot of pages? Can we find it? Who's this? Fear Buck. Let me see. What did Yuri say? Lesson learned. Shit crazy. Lesson learned though. Don't try to be a good person. Just let bitches shoot it out. Next time, fuck it. I do agree. Men, we gotta stay out of bitches' business. I mean, when women fight.
I agree too. Cause I mean, sound like bro was trying to prevent something because the other shorty was tight and now he locked up for shooting somebody. Like when have we ever even heard of Tory Lanez on some like flagrant behavior like that? You know what I'm saying? That's just wild to me. I don't know. It's just wild. It just strikes me as weird. I'm just be real.
You get what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. There was a
shout out Fear Buck on X because he be having the drop. Shout out Fear Buck.
Third page is on Fear Buck's page. Let me see. Apparently there was a third. I'm trying to read the rest of the affidavit. Let's see. Where's the full affidavit?
Tory Lanez mugshot. Look
perfect.
Crazy.
So yeah, we read this part already. Okay. Then they start fighting. Here's the last page that I needed. I pulled over to stop them. Miss Pete and Miss Harris both got out the vehicle and continued to fight. So Meg and Kelsey get out the vehicle. They continue to fight, both verbally and physically. I broke up this fight and was pulling Miss Pete toward the back of the car. So he said he broke up the fight. He was pulling Meg to the back of the car. I saw Miss Harris, which is Kelsey, with a gun in her hand.
Boom, that right there. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Now, the witness that the defense had as well said the same thing. So why wouldn't you want the driver to testify and be able to corroborate that statement? Like, oh yeah, that's what we both saw from two different vantage points. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy to me. But the two people who actually saw, besides the people who were involved, you know what I'm saying? The two people who actually saw, besides the people who were involved, said they saw Miss Harris with the firearm. That's crazy.
Mr. Peterson ran from behind Mrs. Pete and myself. So Tory was, so he's holding Meg, right? He's holding Meg, and he sees over there, Kelsey has now got the gun in her hand. Tory, who's not in the fight, according to him, runs from behind. He's holding Meg like this. He runs from behind the security guard who's holding Meg and towards Mrs. Harris, who has the gun, which is Kelsey. Tory and Mrs. Harris began struggling as Tory tried to unarm Kelsey.
And tried to unarm her. Is crazy. I know Tory's little, so he probably couldn't. He's probably fighting. He's probably trying to do the thing because he's little. You know what I'm saying? These are some bigger women. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not trying to. Hey, it is what it is. So however y'all feel about this, feel y'all way. He's locked up for it anyway. I'm just merely giving my take on it. That I think that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of crazy. That's all.
I was still pulling Meg. I did not see who shot the weapon. I was lucky I was not harmed. And in my opinion, Meg was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly within a couple of minutes. I just want to present this evidence during Mr. Peterson's trial, but was prevented from doing so as district attorney was not ready to cross-examine me. And later, they did not call me due to the holidays and court schedule. I believe I should have been allowed to present this evidence at trial.
And that's that. Again, you know what I'm saying? Prayers to everybody involved. You know what I'm saying? I want to say free Tory, man, because it's just like, damn. Again, when this was going on, me and my people was having mad discussion about this. They're like, he did it for sure, dude. This, that, and the other. But everything, when you add everything up, it just didn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? But then when we started getting the evidence, we heard what the eyewitness who got flipped to the prosecution said initially, and then hearing what we heard from the bodyguard is just like, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. And I want to let y'all know too, like, it'd be funny how sometimes we want to go with the judicial system, like, yeah, it's right, everything they do. And then other times we want to be like, we don't trust law. We don't go by this. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So even that in itself is just, it's just weird. It's unfortunate for everybody because, I mean, regardless of anything, Meg did get injured from the discharge of the firearm. So that's that. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but it's like, damn. You know what I mean? My boy locked up and nigga got a whole testimony from an eyewitness saying that he never even had the gun. Shorty grabbed the gun. Like, first off, y'all getting into a kerfuffle. What you grab a firearm for, shorty? Like, was you literally gonna gun Meg down? That's crazy. Just because y'all was smashing the same dude, you was gonna gun Meg down? And then got a whole nother nigga locked up. Again, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Tory's locked up. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But again, I just think it's unfortunate. And this is interesting. Like, why are y'all even releasing this now? Bro locked up and all kind of, that's just super whack. The defense team was boo-boo. I have to say that. Like, I don't know how a nigga with that kind of clout and money, fame and power got the trash ass team. That was the nightmare team, not the dream team. I'm gonna just be real. That's crazy. I would have did whatever I had to do to get this statement out here. I would have did whatever I had to do to get this man on the stand so that he could testify and say this in court. You know what I mean? But again, I'm not law, so I don't know. But if this is your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, please, and thank you. We need that for the algorithm. If you could go to the top of the page, smash that Instagram link, follow me on Instagram, shoot me any content y'all want me to react to there. Join up in the Discord. Good people, positive vibes all the time. Smash that TikTok link and follow me for any content that I post over there as well. Y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think of this. I know everybody got big, strong feelings about the goings-ons in this case, especially when it was happening. Comment down below and let me know what you think about this. I think this is like, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy. And then to think this nigga been locked up for I don't know how long now. And it's like, maybe he didn't even do it. They didn't find no gun residue or nothing. It's just crazy to me. But it is what it is, I guess. For anybody who's looking for any kind of help growing their social media, whether that's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, contact @DreaTheVirgo on Instagram. Again, that's @DreaTheVirgo on Instagram. She gonna comb through your analytics and get you right. Whatever it is you're trying to do, you want views, You trying to get monetized, you having some issues with them yellow dollar signs, we don't like those. Contact at Drea the Virgo on Instagram. Serious inquiries only. Again, y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think of this unfortunate situation. It's your boy Gangland Neem. Peace.